must find him. I know it seems strange that I'm in this dark place, but the pain of losing him once was unbearable. I can't lose him again. My dear, sweet Eanan, I'm just an Ashlander merchant. He was a noble in his house, but he didn't care. We had a secret love, but he was ready to risk his status for me. We were to be married. He died. It was so sudden. I wasn't even allowed to attend his funeral, but I know we will reunite in death. I can't find his tomb. I just want to talk to him one more time. Will you help me find him? Azura bless you. I spoke with a wise woman. She told me to gather graven caps near the tombs. I'd collect some, but the wardens would stop me. I wouldn't even be here if it wasn't for Eanan. It's good to see you again. I do not like being here alone. You're a little like Eanan. He was always gentle and kind with me. Now to find him. I'll search the tombs to the southeast. Would you search to the west?
Rumblings from the mountain have us all on edge. Balrith is up there somewhere. I hope you brought good news. And I'm glad he did. Balrith, it seems, does not want to go quietly back into his cage. Rumblings from the mountain have us all on edge. Balrith is up there somewhere. I hope you brought good news.
Excellent. My friend, you are an asset and blessing on the Pact. I sense the hand of the three here.
Now we'll get things done. By Vivek, Balrith will be bound again.
The Atronachs? Well, that's bad. I banished them when I cast Father's spell. We were sure we could control the creature. Damn it. I suppose we'll have to summon them again, somehow. They stood watch over Ash Mountain for centuries. All we need to do is grab their attention again. Kill Daedra, take their hearts, then burn them at the ruin altars. That should draw them out. Walks in Ash is waiting for you at the top. Good luck. We'll hold the line here. Ensure that the Ashlands are safe. All of Stonefold is relying on you, my friend. Father may have been overconfident. We broke the wards and, as you learned, dispelled the Guardians when we summoned Balrith to Darvan's watch. Father was sure I'd be able to replace them. I don't want to let him down.
Normally, Daedra only grudgingly come to Nirn, but Ash Mountain resonates with the magical echoes of Balrith's capture. That power and the heat of the lava draws them in, like moths to a flame.
thought someone of your stature would command a larger bounty. A common criminal?
The scamps do not know fear. Troll's blood. I've tried to teach them. By the soul of Iskramor. That's what I like to hear. It's the damned scamps. Without the lads in the way, they'd overrun us all. Scouts tracked them back to caves on the mountainside. We've got pickaxes, but it's nigh impossible to collapse a mountain and fight at the same time. We'll keep these scamps busy while you collapse the entrances. Don't worry. There should be plenty of fighting.
did you make it through the Daedra, stranger? We're having a damned hard time just holding back the tide. So you helped out Sergeant Yaga all by yourself. That's the best news I've heard all day. If the lot of us don't die tonight, I'll buy you a drink.
The wind has carried you here with your scales unburnt. What do we do now?
Cool rain on my scales. We'll reforge the shackles Garn and his father destroyed. The Brother of Strife will be returned to his rest. This is magic I do not understand, far from the waters of my home. You are brave to walk the river's edge. You are wise to ask, yes. I have brought your focus a totem that should help you in the trial ahead. It is a storm totem that will bring pure waters down on his blistering skin. Balreth is an engine of fire and death. You'll need something to slow him down. Use the totem, slow him down, and your task should be much easier. But first, as you said, you'll need to summon the Guardians. Sun on your scales, my friend.
Finish this and release me. Balreth again.
I see that my considerable investment in you wasn't a total waste. Our meeting at Othrenis left me curious and frustratingly conscious. Can you really imprison Balreth? Death has given me a certain perspective, and of course, I have time to indulge my curiosity. Balreth's attacks have cost him power. You should defeat him while he's weak. Right now, I feel him moving in the caldera of the volcano, gathering strength from the lava flows there. Yes, though I doubt it will be easy. If he reaches a lava pool, Balreth will regain strength. There was something else. Don't let him light you on fire. Yes, that's something you should avoid. As you've seen, scamps love the fire and magical energy Balreth exudes. Be ready to deal with more of them below. Once we've destroyed his fiery shell, we'll be able to bind him again. This time, it will be for all eternity.
Cut Balrest prison to draw them in! Did it! The Guardians are here! What are they waiting for?
Daedra, hear me. Return to your purpose. Balreth cannot walk the world of mortals. You must cage him again.
We obey. Forgive us, Lord of Master.
Fulfill your ancient vows. Imprison Balreth. You've done well for a mortal. You've seen it yourself. Balreth, the brother of strife, is forever imprisoned. He's shackled to Ash Mountain. You did this. You did what took countless mages many attempts and failures. For a mortal, you're quite an impressive sort. Yes. You should thank me. You couldn't have done it without me. And you are welcome. Now go. Get out of here. This is no place for the living.
Balreth is bound forever. Let's return to Ash Mountain.
You've done the impossible. I was wise to see the stone in your spirit. Then again, I'm known for being wise. Yes, Balreth is defeated. Argonians, Dunmer, and Nords working together. One might almost think we had formed a pact. Victory is like a cooling rain, yes, but still the storm rages on. Balreth is bound, but the Covenant still threatens the Ashlands. We've received word that a major offensive has washed up on shore to the west of Ebonheart. Pact and Covenant troops now fight to hold the land coral maze that is Vivek's antlers. The Dark Elves see the coral as a gift from their living god Vivek. He saved them, they say, in the Akaviri War. Now that does not matter. The Pact military could use your skill and prowess in their fight. Go well along the river, my friend.
common filth. You dare to disturb my slumber? Vala? Bala. Ah, yes, the Ashlander. You remember her, don't you, dear? My performance must have been quite convincing. There's no challenge in terrorizing servants. I wanted to crush someone's dreams. I convinced her I was desperately in love. I said I would leave my wife. It's a shame, though. That I died. Please, tell her you found me. Say that I'm still passionate for her. Godina and I will have a delightful time watching her heart shatter.
Did you find him? Where is he? What did he say? I'm shaking. I miss him so much. No. I don't believe it. You must have found the wrong tomb. No. I can't believe that. I won't. Why? My Aeon wouldn't know.
Is that blasted lizard? I remember when I'd hunt here for days and not see a soul. The war was on and people stayed behind walls or stuck to roads. Those days are behind us. Like I said, I was hunting. But now that the volcano's erupted, I'm headed to Deshawn. Don't want to get cooked. I'll be leaving as soon as my swit of a partner shows up. You haven't run into an Argonian named Stands in Stillwater, have you? He's a good friend, but he never shuts up. Nothing's still about him. He was supposed to meet me here, but I've waited too long already. If you're heading north of Ash Mountain, can you keep an eye out for him? He should have a camp up there. Thanks. Not many willing to help these days, especially a dusty Ashlander like me. We'd planned to rest up at the Davanus' farm near Cragganmore before passing through the Deshawn Gate. He should know it. That's right. Though, in truth, I have no clan. I make my living hunting and trading. Stillwater and I try to keep to the wilds and stay out of the way. They're alive and well, but that's a longer story that I don't have time for. Stillwater is a bit of an outcast himself. He escaped House Drez as a slave before the pact was signed. I think that's why we've stuck together for so long.
message for you. It's a message from Drathus Othra, the leader of the Dark Elf Quarter in Ebonheart. He sends his compliments, and he wants you to help the town resist a nearby Covenant invasion. No, he just needs you to talk. House Drez isn't popular. The Nords and Argonians in Ebonheart won't speak to him. And the other Dark Elf houses don't like the Drez much either. Convince the townspeople to work together. Then speak to Othra.
Have we been led into error? The three keep you, traveler. Are you willing to risk heresy to save the soul of Ebonheart? The disciple of our tribunal temple has lost his faith. He says the three no longer speak to him. He sent me to pray for him at shrines to Olmalexia, Vivek, and Sothasil, just outside town. But I was driven away by a foul smell and angry Aelith. I don't know. The smell may have driven the beasts into a frenzy. Perhaps, if you'd be willing, would you burn these flowers at each shrine? If the three respond, tell Disciple Sildris. Perhaps that will restore his faith. I'll pray for an answer to your voice at the shrines. Praying for prayers. Perhaps Vivek will appreciate how circular that is. I don't know why Sildris thinks the three would abandon us. We have observed all the proper rites. These flowers, for one. Roland's tears, the rarest of the gold carnet and sacred to the three. It is a powerful offering.
By the three, my rights and duties. Ha! Right now, my right and duty is to squeeze you for gold. I love a good chase.
Soldier, urgency impels us.
When I was a kid back home in Riften, we'd kill any mud crab we saw.
Welcome to the war. We're losing ground to Covenant raiders. If we don't hold the line here, they'll push us back to Ebonheart and take all of Zarbamat. Alexandra Cannell leads a force that outnumbers us 5 to 1. If the Dreg hadn't ambushed both of us, she'd have wiped us out. We must deal with the Dreg. Then we'll stop Cannell from getting the Coral Heart. Lieutenant Garlin believes Cannell can use it to control a brother of strife. Sings with Reed would know more. As for Garlin, the Covenant caught her. Here's what I need from you. Look for survivors in the mud mounds. Rescue Garlin. Oh, and don't get killed. Luck to you. I'll see if we can hold this line in case you return. I mean, until you return.
I was talking about the other one. Sadal, the beast sealed away in Tormented Spire. Tarnval was mistaken to free that thing from Ash Mountain. Imagine such a creature controlled by the Covenant and loosed on Ebonheart. Do I look like an archmage?
You're a criminal? Really? I don't think so. Still, if you insist on paying a bounty, I'll accept it. Suppose you're free to go now.
Luck to you. I'll see burying them in mounds of muck. They'll hack you up with those claws or knock you out with bile. Then they'll bury you in mud. I don't know why they do it, and I don't care. I want it stopped. Sings with Reed, that Argonian who's advising Lieutenant Garlin, thinks the Coral summoned the Dreg to defend itself. Fact is, we were losing when the Dreg showed up and altered the battle. Now we need to preserve the few troops we have.
Report in, soldier. What brings you to Vivek's Antlers? Walks in ash, eh? A wise lizard, or so the lads say. Well, you're welcome here. The captain has a lot in his trencher, and we're not sure how to get it all down.
I'll be alright. I've had worse.
Why is it called? Stole my wine!
You arrive alone. Either you didn't find him, or I need a new hunting partner. Thank you for this. That's it then. Stone Falls holds nothing for me now. I'll set out for Deshawn presently. Perhaps I'll see you down the road.
Remember, thank the...
Fascinating. The ebb and flow. Greetings, traveler. You'll go no further up the river here, I'm afraid. A mystical ward bars the path up to Tormented Spire. An unstable ward at that. Part of an ancient system of magical protections. Tormented Spire is a prison, the final rest for a beast out of legend. Normally these wards would be calm, pristine. As you can see, they are anything but. I was sent by an egg sister, Walks in Ash. She wanted me to examine the wards and report back. Will you get a message to her? If you're willing, head to Fort Virac, north of here. They should be able to get word of the instability to her.
Run, friend! Get out of here before the Covenant soldiers come back. I'm staying put, so I can direct other survivors to safety. But if I see another dagger uniform, I'm leaving. They came up the road from the east, killing and looting as they went. A few of us managed to escape. I wish I knew what happened to Othris and her family. Salu Othris is our overseer. Her husband Garvis was organizing a defense of the stables. I didn't see where the matriarch and her daughter went, but her boys headed for the pools. Poor folks. They were a good sort. For field masters, that is. I'd start with the sons, Daedrus and Mavis. The last I saw, they were running for the sulfur pools. It's dangerous in there. The water boils, and wild shot come up from underground. Maybe Vec guide your steps, traveler. Mining sulfur, of course. We get it from the pools. Alchemists pay a premium for it. They use it in potions, but they don't want to gather it themselves. Take a deep breath. It smells like rotten eggs here, night and day. It gets in your clothes and your hair. Most alchemists are just too proper to put up with the smell. Can't blame them.
The Shulk had me trapped up here like Nyx hounds hunting a lizard. Thank Vivek the brutes were too stupid to try going around the rock. They just stood down there and snapped at my feet. I'm sure going to try. Please, find my brother, Dedrus. The Covenant soldiers were hot on his heels.
The soldiers are gone? Thank Almalexia! I thought no one would come before they got tired of taunting me. They kept talking about what they do with their knives. We got split up. The last I saw Drathyra, she and Mother were just ahead of the invaders. There's a cave at the edge of the pools. Drathi, Mevis and I used to play there. I'll bet that's where they went. Yes. Now that those soldiers are gone, I'm going to make a run for it. Wish me luck.
No, not Covenant. Welcome to Lukiel, Uxith. If you're here to slaughter Covenant soldiers, you should hurry before they're all dead. Oh yes, it's the most excitement we've seen in years. How good of you to ask. We are fine. Only a few minor injuries. There may be some Covenant soldiers left if you want to kill them. You should speak to Elder Sevenbellies in town.
Not the sharpest arrow in the quiver.
Well?
Brave traveler, I extend the spine of welcome to you. What brings you to our little village? That is old news. I have a greater worry. Pashriha, my crazy sister. We repelled a Covenant attack. Afterwards, Pashriha chased their leader to the northwest. Could you find her? If she is dead, could you drag her corpse back to town? You are kind. I don't think every sister tests her brother this way. But it has always been so with me and Pashriha. Our home taught us to survive. Everything in Black Marsh tries to eat us. When something bites us, we bite back harder.
Welcome. Are you a scholar of the Mages Guild? Wait, don't tell me. I did. I'm going to join the guild in Ebonheart. Their scales will be moist with envy when I show them my concoction. It's a potion that imitates the visions we get when we lick the hist tree. I just need the final reagent. Yes, yes! Cropgrass? Would you? It grows at the base of a waterfall near here. Meanwhile, I'll work on the brew. The river always provides. There's grubgrass under the western waterfall. You'll need to stuff it in a vial and rush it back here. No time to lose on this brew. I'm talented. My skill pours from the sky. I never even picked up a book, but look how naturally I brewed this potion. And look how colorful it is. That's talent.
What is it?
Well met, friend. What brings you to Fort Virac? What with the what? All right, whatever you say, traveler. I'll pass your word to one of our scouts. They'll find Walks in Ash and make sure she gets the message. Thanks for your service.
Why? Why did they do this? He stabbed her. Merciful 3, he stabbed her. Why did he do that? We did nothing to threaten them. The captain of the Covenant soldiers. His blade was poisoned.
I can already see the edges of Mother's wound blackening. I must be calm. I can't lose my wits like some rattle-brained Altmer. He said he had an herbal antidote. He actually waved the bottle in my face. He said I could have it if I, well, entertained him and all his men. I spat in his face. He went south to our guar barns. Said he wanted to hear the beast scream. We keep grief brandy in the storage shed there. Light some on fire. I bet that'll get his attention.
Pure chaos. The Covenant attack. The worst part was the Guar. They smelled our blood and stampeded. Now they're out here in the sulfur pools. Some drowned in the waters. Poor, stupid things. Put a harness on them. Say a few calm words. They're like children or Breton slaves. I've only got one harness left. The rest got scattered in the attack, but I bet you can find them. When you're done, speak to Janae.
A fine job. Most of the herd has come home. The Othris use these animals to haul carts of sulfur to market, but they don't care about them like I do. Whether or not you care about the Guar, you've helped them. And me, I think I owe you this.
You're back. Do you have the antidote? I think so. Please, give me the bottle. The three, bless you. Mother, everything's gonna be fine now. Yes, you got here in time. She's resting now. I'll help Mother make her way to the stead. We'll see you there. And thank you.
Drathyra tells me your actions saved my wife from a painful death. I'm in your debt, and I honor my debts. That's thanks to you. As I said, I honor my debts, but until we drive the Covenant from Stonefalls, this is all I can offer. Now, I must speak with Dedrus. He smells like he dishonored himself.
What's those weapons?
Davon's watch would have been overrun if you hadn't been there.
You here for crafting certification? Don't worry, there's no cost involved. Your alliance covers all my fees. Once you're certified, they'll let you fulfill the crafting writs. Everyone wins. They're daily requests for crafted goods, but they're only available to certified crafters. If you can show me you know your craft, I'll get you certified. I can train and certify blacksmiths, clothiers, and woodworkers. If that sounds like something you'd want, we can get started. Excellent! We can get started whenever you're ready.
Let me know if you have some time. I can train.
Comrade, we have need of you. Will you fight by our side? The Guild has accepted an unusual contract. We've agreed to eradicate Daedric anchors when they drop from the sky. Wherever they appear, Molag Bal's minions soon follow. As we speak, 2 of my Guardians investigate rumored anchor sites. Merrick and Aleph are the best the Guild has to offer. Meet up with them in the hills west of Davin's Watch. You can proceed from there. I know you'll change the river's course, comrade. They're investigating the wilds nearby, above the starved plains. A powerful benefactor. She hates that monsters can ruin the lives of everyday folk. Our benefactor has put gold behind her principles, and so we put our strength behind her cause. They are the tendrils of Cold Harbor, reaching into Nirn. The minions of Molag Bal erect dark shrines in his honor, landing sites for these horrors. The coin this contract brings is good, and in this time of trouble, we need a focus. Yes, I am new to my role as Guildmaster. The death of my mentor, Yofnir Iceblade, has been hard on the Guild. He was well liked among the rank and file. I hope the river has carried his soul where it wanted to go. He's a proud Redguard warrior, one of our best, and a follower of Stendarr. Merrick's full title is Resolute Warhorn. He's sworn to fight the spawn of Oblivion wherever they touch Tamriel. Proof that the Guild accepts all kinds. A Khajiit. She does as much damage with her wicked tongue as with her curved blade. Taciturn, rude sometimes, but a cunning fighter.
Aye, the divines. The ales. Ali.
I must finish this.
I need a break.
Honor to you, traveler. Name's Naril. I'm guessing you're new in town and need some work. It's a bit of luck we met, because I need some help in a business deal. You may have heard Stonefalls is under attack. This makes some things very lucrative. Take wine. If I had a particular bottle, there's a party who'd pay well for it. Please, procure. There's a bottle of Tears of Amaya hoarded by a Nord tavern keeper here. I offered to buy, but he won't sell. Frankly, he'll never drink it, so he'd never know if it was replaced by a copy. I knew you were game. It's the fish stink, down by the docks. A brute named Hector runs it. He's unreasonable about his precious bottle. You can't just smooth talk it away from him. With cleverness, swap that bottle out when he's not looking. He probably can't tell the difference between good wine and swill. I knew you were game. It's the fish stink, down by the docks. A brute named...
It's not that much to ask.
That's insufferable. If you're here about the property, you'll need to return later. I'm dealing with some unforeseen complications. Until recently, Bulag Idolus was my tenant. When I learned she used my property to run a skooma operation, she broke into my office and absconded with the deed. Without it, the guard does nothing. They don't believe I own the place. It's a total loss. Yes, you can. I can't have the place tarnishing my good name. If you recover the deed and key, I'll sign it over to you. Bulag Idolus had a falling out with her old partner. Zugugrath, I think. Try finding him wherever scum accumulates in town.
I never knew that about Netches. Have to try that next time I'm in the field. Honor to you, Sarah. Welcome to the Magus Guild Hall. I realize that our presence here in the temple is unconventional, but I'm afraid that our former hall was raised just recently. One does what one must, yes? Have you come seeking membership? Yes, of course. We're lawkeepers across the face of Tamriel. Guild members seek out books, tomes, and ancient scrolls in their travels. Why don't you speak with me for a moment? Perhaps you'd like to join. It's a pleasure to speak with another knowledge seeker. Guildmaster Vanis will be pleased. We're book hunters of a sort. We seek out new information, capture it in our libraries, and make copies for distribution across Tamriel. The Guild doesn't care about battlefields or boundaries, just knowledge and the acquisition of new tomes. We provide training in unique spells and abilities only available to members, and from time to time, projects crop up for those with an adventuresome spirit. You may end up working with the Guildmaster himself. We are neutral in the war between the three alliances. While many of us here in Davin's Watch hold true to the Dragon Banner, when we're on guild business we kneel to no king or queen. That's why you'll see members of every race in our halls. Vanis Galarian, one of the founding members of this august body, still holds the proud title of Guildmaster, overseeing every guild hall in Tamriel. He works with other ranking members such as Tellinger, the Artificer, to ensure our future success. We provide training in unique spells and abilities only available. Excellent. Welcome to the Mages Guild. I suggest you begin by talking to Velast, our mistress of Incunabula. She's in the stacks on the floor below, and often has tasks for new recruits. Good luck.
Ah, yes, that's just in line with the... Well met, Adept. I believe I may have a task for you. New members are the lifeblood of the Mages Guild, especially for retrieval missions. I've received word about a possible store of ancient knowledge in a ruin nearby. I'd like you to retrieve it for me. West of here, on the coast near Ash Mountain, lies a Dwemer ruin, the Inner Sea Armature. If you please, investigate the ruin and bring back any interesting books you can find. The Inner Sea Armature is a dangerous place. Tread carefully, Adept. I don't know. It's always a delicious mystery cracking open a book for the first time. They could be anything from ancient recipes for stew to high arcana, even racy journals penned by elven poets. We have ears everywhere, Adept. An intelligence report fell into my hands that mentioned these tomes. We are neutral in the war for Cyrodiil, and proud of it. That doesn't mean we don't take an interest when the hidden armigers notice something. The intelligence arm of the Ebonheart Pact. Rumor is that there used to be an alchemy group from within House Telvanni who jumped ship. Now they answer to King Yoren personally, and the Aid only knows what they get up to. I am the master of Incunabula, the keeper of tomes. I've come here to inspect the local Arcaneum, the guild's library. I've dedicated my life to expanding our guild's knowledge. Standards must be kept.
I'll have his heart. Stranger, I'm bold to ask, but have you met a man named Denthis Ramori in the neighborhood? My worthless apprentice. He stole one of my spell books. Unfortunately for him, I am no fool. That book is protected by a ward invoking, Arche or Akatosh. I imagine he regrets taking that book now. Why? I want my spell book back, and I want to flay him alive. You can search for him, or his brother might know where he is. Dethys favors the tavern nearby. Oh, and please, don't mention the flaying.
Ah, excellent. You got my message. Apparently that little creature isn't completely useless. Banekin can be such children. I hope you've nothing pressing. We could be here a while. I can't be strutting around the city wearing my imperial regalia, can I? Your concern about my fashion sense is touching but irrelevant. I've called you here for a reason. If we are to determine a course of action, we need more information. By now, it should be clear your prophet Emperor brought these catastrophic events upon us. Everything that transpired is his fault. Granted, Menimarco can be very persuasive and charismatic when he wants to be. We all believed him when he said we could change Varen's bloodline with the Amulet of Kings. You saved Varen's life when you rescued him in Cold Harbor. In return, he lied to you about his true identity and his part in causing the soul burst. He manipulated you from the very start. Perhaps the better question is, why don't you blame Varen? Varen wants to assemble a new group of companions in the vein of the original 5. Claims it fulfills a prophecy in those wretched scrolls of his. Superstitious nonsense, but he is quite correct on one point. We need to find Sai Sahan. In the chaos following the Soul Burst, Sahan stole the Amulet of Kings and fled the Imperial City. We're going to need that relic, and he is the only one who knows its current location. He was captured by Menimarco's agents and taken to an undisclosed location. We need to find out where he's being held. Menimarco keeps his most secret documents at Knife Ear Grotto in Deshan, inside a hidden lair of Daedric cultists. We must travel there and search for clues. Head to Knife Ear Grotto in the eastern mountains of Deshan. I will meet you inside. If I can endure Titanborn's inane prattle, I can survive your assuredly erudite elucidations. Proceed. Ah, there's the rub. With my untimely defection, my family will likely be divested of its holdings. The name Tharn is probably being stricken from every document in the Imperial archives as we speak. I detest being on the wrong side of history. Don't sound so smug about it. This is a setback, nothing more. By allying with you, I will liberate the Empire from Menimarco's grip. The Empire is all that matters to me. I will do what I must to ensure its survival. Clivia, she is comfortably lodged in Menimarco's pocket, along with my nephew, Javad. I doubt they've given my disappearance a second thought. Ah, fair Clivia. My charming girl grew to be a ruthlessly ambitious woman. I taught her well. Well, if you must pry, I am Chancellor to the Elder Council and Overlord of Nibene. But of all my titles, the greatest is my family name, Tharn. We are the greatest of the noble houses, with seats at the Imperial Court for countless centuries. Politicians? A grossly inadequate word to describe our duties and our legacy. The Tharns have a storied history of advising kings and emperors that can be traced back to the First Era. We understand the ebb and flow of power.
There is much more I can teach you. What else do you hope to learn from me? Alchemists are masters of the elixir. They trap magic in a bottle for later use. But I can only certify you in one discipline at a time. If this is agreeable, we can begin your training. There is much more I can teach you. A provisioner condenses the essence of ingredients into food or drink. A true artist balances palate with nutrition. There is much more I can teach you. Enchanters harness the possibility of runes, transforming them into the certainty of glyphs. I'll teach you, but I can only focus on one certification at a time. Is this agreeable? There is much more. Alchemists are masters of the elixir. As with master chefs, every alchemist must assemble. Yes. When you're ready, meet me at the alchemy station.
What can I do for you? Valdem sent you, didn't he? Well, my brother robbed us both. We were supposed to share its secrets, but he ran off toward the tower. Joke's on him. I think Valdem changed the warding incantation to Arce's Beard.
Where in Oblivion? Welcome to what used to be the front line, soldier. Something very strange is happening out here. I'm just a grunt. Not a very smart grunt at that. Maybe you can sort things out for me. Problem? I've got a battlefield full of ghosts, sprung out of the ground like corn in the month of mid-year. They killed those Covenant bastards, which is great. But how do you kill what's already dead? My mages can't even agree on what to do. I've known Furan and Risa for a while now. I respect them both. I just need to know which of them has the better idea. Start with Furan, then talk to Risa. Hear them out and do what they ask of you. When you've decided what's best, let me know. I'll be honest, I wasn't sure what I was going to do out here. Thank you, Traveler. Do I look like a Telvanni mage? I have no idea. Furan said something about climber elves. I guess the Dark Elves used to be really good at scaling mountains. Yes. Yes. Damn, but that's good to hear.
Today? Do you really need to know more to use Gim? They seem... By chaos, by the void, and by the darkness, may the doors of oblivion be flung wide. I hope you can help me.
Covenant soldiers are waiting to the north. Stranger, I'm surprised to see any friendly faces out here. Did you meet any Covenant soldiers on the road? There's a small force of Covenant soldiers in a camp to the northwest. I can feel it in my bones. They're planning a flanking attack. I need to get back to Fort Arend and ready the recruits there for a possible skirmish. Shore's bones, you're a brave one. If you can make it out alive, put steel or spell to the commanders in the encampment. They're the ones most likely to have a copy of their orders. Then head for the gates of the fort. Travel to the northwest and look for Covenant activity. Find out why they're here and what they're planning. Go swiftly and go carefully. We train troops and store provisions here. Why the Dark Elves built a fort against the mountains, I'll never know. What's it protecting? The mountains? Dunmer. I'll never understand them.
I appear at my lord's behest. Or perhaps I was always here, and you merely lacked the ability to see me. Vivek is a warrior poet, the ruthless and elegant soul of his people. He guides and protects all. Sharp of eye and tongue is he. Long is his reach. Longer is his spear. How can this question be on the lips of anyone in Morrowind? The sermons of Vivek are beside every bed. Vivek's psalms are sighed from every maiden's lips. His wisdom makes his people as hard, capable, and enduring as the poet himself. All know Vivek, for Vivek would have it so. Actions carry conviction better than words. A skilled poet arranges for others to be where they should be, when they should be, to fulfill his needs and desires. Yet the question Sildras asked was not the one in his heart. A man of poisoned words put doubt in Sildras's heart. He said the poet is less than he once was. Tell the disciple that Vivek's words and wit and way of war are as keen as always. What is Vivek beyond these? Vivek is a warrior.
It's about time you got here. Where have you been? I've been waiting for you to arrive for days now. Hold on. Are you all they sent? Didn't the Tribunal send you? Well, no matter. I'm just glad you're here. This is Circa Mora, the Cirque. The Lotus Plague reached us right before the Morborn arrived. They claim they're here to help, but I don't trust them. In all the confusion, I'm embarrassed to admit that I lost track of my brother, Dithisum. He's the town consul. Yesterday he went to check on the townsfolk afflicted by the plague, but he's disappeared. Can you help me find my brother? Someone in town must know what happened to Dithisum. He loves to visit and chat with all of our neighbors. Come on. The sooner we find my brother, the sooner I can start thinking about dealing with the plague. Oh, by Vivek. They have members from... You haven't heard about the Lotus... Hey, you're going the wrong way. Fine. Go ahead and leave. I'll do this myself.